Hey Vern. So, last night I watched Dear Evan Hansen. Um, so, before we get into this, full disclosure, um, just from two notes from a personal level. Number one, had already actually watched like two reviews slash breakdown things before I actually saw this movie. I had heard some wild things about it, and I wanted to look into that. I had watching Jerry Nicholson's and Schaefer Ellis Productions videos on it before I saw it, so I didn't come in with like a clean palette, I would say. And number two is, frankly, on a personal level, I really don't like musicals. I don't get their appeal. I know that's shocking considering my fucking astounding repertoire of horror, stoner, film noir, and mumblecore indie nonsense. That I wouldn't like musicals, but I really don't. So I felt like I was coming in maybe with like a less experienced kind of eye for this. I don't really know a lot about musicals because I don't watch them that often. And I don't really know a lot about musical theory, that kind of thing. So I was a little remiss. I was like, oh, maybe I'm not qualified to discuss it. But I mean, like, you don't have to be a mechanic to recognize a car wreck. So we're gonna go for it. So Dear Evan Hansen was a stage musical adapted to film. I've never seen that go well. Um, so I don't know why they keep trying it. Um, but yeah, it's an insane film. It's about a high school boy with a really bad anxiety disorder, who's like literally just terrified of speaking to people, who through a series of coincidences and mishaps and like misunderstandings, some content warning here, self-harm, suicide, whatever, but another boy at the school who he does not know very well at all ends up killing himself, and through a series of misunderstandings, the dead boy's family becomes convinced that he, Evan Hansen, was best friends with this dead boy, and rather than explain things, he feels stuck in, or rather than explain this, he gets caught up and he just goes with a lie, and it all spirals out of control. That is an interesting premise. Not the worst premise I've ever heard. The issue here is, that's a very good premise. Were this not a very earnest, feel-good movie? Yeah, it's insane. The movie plays, the misunderstanding is like a tragic sadness, but like, the things that happen because of it, like these benefits or whatever, are seen as good. Um, it's bizarre how it does it. There's like a scene at like a benefit fucking assembly or whatever, where he sings a beautiful song about love and people being there for you or whatever, and it's played 100% straight, as though he's saying something profound and true about this boy whom he is lying about being friends with. This premise would work as like a horror film or a thriller or a pitch black comedy. This film would excel as a pitch black comedy. And I can tell you that, not even as speculation or as theory, but as pure fact, because it has excelled as a pitch black comedy. World's Greatest Dad. Watch that. It's good. If you saw Dear Evan Hansen, was like, wow, that was terrible, but what a fun premise. It's super dark. I would love to see a movie try or take that and play it as a pitch black comedy. Just watch World's Greatest Dad. I'm gonna reference World's Greatest Dad a few times because it's a very good movie. But anyway, so some things some straight thoughts I want to get out. First off, let's get let's address the elephant in the room and fucking shoot it. Our main character, our main actor, Ben Platt, is way too fucking old and old looking to be playing a teenage boy. This is a full grown man. He's not even an old person. He's like 28. He's very young. But he does not look like a teenager. And they try and disguise it in the worst way possible. They give him these mop curls that look like a wig. The way they're styled, he might have a receding hairline, which is fine for a 28-year-old man. But he's supposed to be playing a teenager here. He's covered in foundation to hide wrinkles, and it looks pasty and gross. He has visible 5 o'clock shadow at multiple points. I'm going to see if I can find a shot of his visible 5 o'clock shadow, put it right there. If I can't, I'm just waving at nothing here. And it really lends this like menacing air to everything. Jane Nicholson talked about this a lot, but like, this is a role where like, the horrible thing he does, his lie, is like terrible, it's despicable, it's deplorable, but like it's slightly understandable given like his like you could empathize with him. You can't forgive the thing he does, but you can understand why he did it, the sadness. But that kind of needs like a young face for that, because the reasons he does it is because like he's sad, he's anxious, he doesn't have his own home, so he tries to ingratiate himself in this family because they're warm to him, which is like they're sad reasons, but like understandable. But those things only work for like a teenage boy. A full-grown man lying like this to try and get a family is beyond creepy. And unfortunately, because you're seeing this lead actor Ben Platt playing this teenage boy, you're seeing a full-grown man do this thing. He doesn't even look bad. I've seen pictures of him normal. He's a normal dude. Handsome, actually. If you're wondering, he was the original Evan Hansen, like the stage show production or whatever. And his dad paid for this movie. It's nepotism. It's just pure nepotism. He's got to be in a special movie, all for my little son. But... so that's a huge, huge problem, and it ripples through the entire movie, and it's horrible because you see him in these scenes with these other, like there are also other adult actors, but they look like teenagers. God, so it really makes him stand out even worse. Terrible. What other stray thoughts I have? Okay. So again, talk about the tone. It's nonsense. It's shockingly earnest. It's in a bad way. It shouldn't be earnest. But yeah, there's that bit where he's like at the assembly singing about. Well, he's not singing as a musical. The singing is non-diegetic or whatever. But giving his speech about how he's best friends with Connor, and you see like people reacting to it and like, oh my god, this speech is helping me. And you see like comments flying by, and it's like, I felt so alone until I saw a speech. And it's really peppy and happy, and all I can think is like, what am I supposed to be feeling right now? It feels like the writers forgot that he's lying. I don't know what is trying to happen to my emotions in this moment. Hate that. Let's see. It's edited really. It has some. There's the director really loves establishing shots of the outside of houses. It feels like a sitcom kind of in that way. I don't like that. I don't know. It feels like characters. This might be something just sticking out of my head. And it's probably not true overall, but it feels like characters are just too big on screen sometimes. I don't know, I'm just thinking of all these scenes, maybe it's just because he's so overbearing, but I'm thinking of all these scenes of the main character, and he's like right up against the camera, like it's right in his mug. Hey. It has a whole lot of problems. Again, I'm not super talented musically. I was in choir for like 4 years, dropped out of that. I used to sing a lot, but like I don't really know a lot about music theory. I don't play stuff. It was just fully, they just gave me a sheet of music and I read the words and sang it. Oh my god. A car alarm went off for like the longest goddamn time there. I completely lost track of my train of thought. Yeah. So I was in choir for like 4 years. I don't know a lot about musical theory or whatever. They would literally just hand me sheet music and say, sing this. I'd be like, alright, I'm a baritone. But, God, so I have a hard time critiquing, like, music, I think. I just don't know enough about it, I guess. Show tunes all sound the same to me. They all just sound like really, really like, I don't know, cheesy pop songs. I don't like that. All show tunes really just sound the same. They're all corny, earnest ballads to me. I can critique some performances though. So, our lead actor, I talk with my hands a lot. I realize that I'm not an actor, so I don't fucking. I understand that it's distracting and amateurish for actors to talk with their hands all the time. He talks with his hands constantly. He's always. God, he sort of like he starts all his songs saying like looking down and like mumble singing the first few lines for like getting big into it, like triumphantly or whatever. There's one song he's doing, like his big apology song. He's sniffling the whole way through, which I realize is like a conscious choice because he's like crying. But like, it's irritating. Also, there's one bit where he sings the word nothing, and he fucking torques it. He puts all of it nada. Like, let me play that clip. There's nothing. Yeah, see, God, I don't know why. I was like, God, calm down, Ben. Yeah, the whole movie, he's constantly like bugging. He's got like veins popping on his neck. He's like putting 7,000% into it, and everyone else's performance is way more subtle. Oh, also, there's a bit where the mom is. I can't remember who plays the mom. I can't remember her name. Put it right there. But she's semi-famous. I should know her. She's singing a sad song about a long, sad, boring song. It goes on for way too long. About like how she's always there for him or whatever. And the song involves the word truck a lot because it's about like when his father moved out and the moving truck in the driveway, and she devours the word truck. She sings the word truck like a truck owes her money. Yeah, see? I don't know why. It's way too much truck on that. Besides that, all the other songs are kind of boring. There's one jazzy tune when they're writing fake emails for the suicide victim. That's what the fuck. Oh, also, he has like this friend. Okay, everyone in this movie is an asshole except for like the girl he has a crush on. Oh, by the way, he's a crush on the dead kid's sister, lending like a whole new level of like creepy malice to this. So he's a crush on her, and uses the lie to get close to her. What the hell? She's the only sympathetic character I get to give in the movie. Her and the whole family, they're really just like, God, they got fucked over bad. It's like Evan sucks, and like he's these friends. Jordan, who's just straight up a piece of shit. Like just a contemptible little snot. Who's like in on the lie and doesn't care. He's like, yeah, sure, whatever, I'll help you fucking lie. He does it for money. I don't like that little kid. Fuck that kid. And this other girl, Alana, who the more I think about it, I realize she is just like bizarre. She is like mirror universe version of Evan, like or like alternate timeline version of Evan, because she's also anxious and depressed and whatever, and she also latches herself onto the suicide to like for her own not personal gain, but to like make herself feel better and make herself seem bigger. Yeah, that's almost like I don't like assuming someone's motivations here, but it really does feel like she's like, oh, I'm gonna get in on the suicide thing too. Um, I don't know. Maybe the way it's at is some degree of earnestness. I think again, I'm dissecting the motivations of a non-existent person here, but so I guess I'm trying to like I'm transposing that onto like what a real person would do, and I'm trying to feel bad for that real person. Anyway, but yeah, she also latches on to Connor's suicide. The kid's name is Connor, by the way. I haven't even said his fucking name yet. That's a sad thing when I think about it. Is how little the dead kid's name and narrative actually revolve. It's all about Evan. It's all about the shitty thing Evan did. Damn, what a bummer. Anyway, but like Alana latches herself onto Connor's suicide, and she starts this dumb Kickstarter to get like the orchard opened up because apparently that was important to Connor, and like who cares at all. And then she does something deplorable where Evan shows her the suicide note. That was actually Evan wrote it. I don't care about any of this. I don't care about this in the slightest. You shouldn't either. This movie sucks. So he shows her the suicide note, and he's like, don't show anyone this because like it's between me and Connor's family. No one knows about this. So she's like, okay. But you know what? This would really help my Kickstarter. So she fucking posted on Instagram. What a contemptible, horrible thing to do. She never gets her comeuppance for that. She feels kind of sad later when it backfires, but like she never has to actually answer for doing that terrible thing. Same thing with Evan. Like the lie gets found out and everyone is sort of like shunning him, but they were already doing that. He already didn't have friends. I don't know. The movie jumps through hoops. It takes every opportunity it can to like alleviate blame off Evan to make it seem like is this just a thing that happened to him. And that's just lazy. It's terrible script writing because like it's not wanting to give your character flaws because you're not confident that you can make them likable regardless. And B, it makes him a very passive character, and it's not that interesting to watch because you're just watching this dude where things happen to him, and every so often he says something horrible. It's really nefarious. I'm sorry, I have a lot of opinions. This movie sucked. Someone wants to talk to me. So all the songs are all the same. Oh, this is weird. The suicide note thing getting leaked. It leads to like the family getting canceled. They're like, oh my god, I can't believe he hated this family so much. He wrote a letter to his friend and not them. It's like it's very normal to, I don't know. Anyway, I've seen so many bizarre backwards ass takes on the internet. I guess that's believable. It's just weird to me that that's what would happen that quick. I don't know. It's a weird take. I feel like anyone who actually expressed it would immediately get shut down. It's like, what the hell is your problem? It doesn't seem like a take that would take hold, you know? Anyway. But yeah, the movie is really dedicated to making sure this isn't Evan's fault. This is just, he's a victim of circumstance here. It's all... The fake emails he wrote, all that shit, it's... I don't know. I don't like this movie. This movie is very bad. 1.5 out of 5, because some of the scene was alright. Bye, Vern.